Hello and welcome to Tank and AFV News. My name's Tom, and today we're doing a book review. We got a couple books recently in the mail from the fine folks over at Casemate Publishing. They sent us two books from the Casemate Illustrated series. The first one we're looking at is Allied Armour in Normandy. Now this one is by a French author, Yves Buffetaut. That's my best guess. My French is not good. Anyhow, so this is, for those wondering, he is a French military historian and editor of History and Collections major magazine, Militaria. And this book it's $24.95 in the U.S., $19.95 in Britain. It's 7 by 10 inches on the dimensions. 150 illustrations, which contain a bunch of black and white photos, as well as color maps and profiles, which we'll see as I flip through it. 128 pages, if I didn't already just say that. So let's dig into it a little bit and see what it is. So, first thing to note, if it's a very glossy cover. It's a soft cover, but it's got sort of the folded over edges, which sort of makes it seem a little more like a proper book and not just a little soft cover pamphlet-y type thing. And the paper quality is very nice. It's very glossy, which makes the illustrations really pop, as you can see. So make sure I get the whole thing, hold it down here so I get the whole thing in the camera. And it is basically exactly what it says, an overview of Allied armor operations in Normandy. And you can see the emphasis in these titles, it really is, about the pictures and the graphics and stuff. The text is fine, it's just, for a book of this many pages, there's not as much text as you would have in just just a regular non-illustrated book, of course. So you can see it sort of starts off describing the different units going into Europe. Again, like I said, nice illustrations. And it gives you pretty much kind of Cliff Notes version of Armour in the campaign. So it's got profiles with some of these drawings, color drawings of particular tanks. It's got little, these profile parts on certain leaders that are relevant to the discussion. Descriptions of the units and subunits and what they were made up of. Here you can see more pictures of tanks. So it's good if you're looking for an overview. If you're looking for something, a quick read, because you could probably sit down and read this in a sitting or two. And so if you need a nice little handy reference as to Armour in the campaign, this would be a good place to go. Obviously, a book of this type isn't going to be able to get into like super detail or analysis. So if you're looking for that sorts of things, there's some other books. In fact, here's another one that Casemate did a few years ago that I'd recommend. So Armour Campaign in Normandy by Napier. I did a written review a few years ago on this one, and that's much more substantive, sort of academic style book. And but something like this book is sort of a good introduction. So you sort of get the timeline in your head, kind of get the overview, along with all these nice illustrations and pictures. Gives you kind of a mental picture of what was going on there. So reading the text, like I said, nothing, it's a pretty straightforward description of the campaign. Nothing really jumped out at me as unusual or worth noting. Like I said, people already familiar with the campaign. This is going to be old hat. So again, it just sort of carries through. So in the latter part of the book, describing briefly the different campaigns, whether it's Epsom or Goodwood or Cobra, and ends with the breakout out of Normandy. And so in the back, I think he does have some further reading suggestions and a 2-page index, 3-page. So that's it. So that is Allied Armour in Normandy. Like I said, if you know somebody that is interested in it and you're looking for a gift, I could recommend this. If you already, though, have quite a bit of material on the campaign, it's probably not essential. But certainly it's a nice little package. So again, Allied Armour in Normandy by Yves Buffetaut. from Casemate. Thanks again to Casemate for the review copy. We'll catch you on the next one.